Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid cutting a promo. Cutting a promo this week, ladies and gentlemen. We are running head first into WrestleMania weekend. I am ecstatic. I'm off of work. I got a few days off. I put in my time accordingly. And I am here to say that this is probably the most excited I am for WrestleMania weekend in a long, long time. And mind you, I've been to Mania twice. And for it to be so close to home and not be there, I'm not mad at that. I'm okay with it. I'm fine. I'm good with it. How's your feelings and sentiments about it, Homo?
Honestly, I can feel the same. I don't think I've been this excited about WrestleMania since I think since like 35 as well.
Yeah, definitely is going to be something that
it's definitely an East Coast thing because when WrestleMania comes to the East Coast, it gets very crazy.
Yeah. Guys, do me a favor. If you're going to be chiming in on the chat and on Facebook, click the link. It helps us out more because I know Mike, he steady follows the flow on Facebook on his phone, but also it'll help us out here because I get to see the comments on the board here easier. So just click the link if you're going to comment. It's an easier thing to do. Also,
same if you're coming from Twitter.
It does it for Twitter as well?
If you click the link, just follow, just go on StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Also, guys, do us a favor, like, subscribe, download, be a part of the vibe here on Turnbuckle Tabloid on all social media outlets, especially with YouTube. I've been slowly but surely trying to get that presence a little bit known more. It's been listen, I always tell people I'm late to the party, but when I show up, I always turn up. So I need you guys to be a part of that as well. Just give us some love. Show me some love. Show me some love. Gonna be a task this week, ladies and gentlemen, because we've been cranking out so many episodes. I think I cranked out 4 episodes this week. Yeah, and 4 episodes in the past week and a half or so. So it's beneficial if you guys just show love. Just let everybody know we's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go into Mania discussion, that's going to probably be the closeout for here. Just want to have a light recap on everything else that we've been doing on this side. Been playing 2K24, huh?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on this so far?
Very angering. Is that even a word?
You don't listen to the third announcers this past week. The words that they were coming up this week. Wow.
I had a DM you about their bet.
Oh, please. Bet,
and then you wait for part 2, and I was like, oh
yeah. Make sure you guys check out.
Thank God you and me are on the same page.
Check out this week's episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid with the third announcers table. Funny episode this week.
Waiting for my invite.
Yeah, yes. They said they'll open the door for you. You'll be there. Facebook user, click the link so I know who you are.
Ray.
Huh?
It's Ray.
Oh, what's good, Ray? What's goody, boy? Shout out to that boy. That boy doing big on that side.
Respect the craft.
Respect that craft, baby. Show that man some love, man.
Did you see he has a match coming up?
I want to
against Dan Moff.
I want to book him so we could talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to book him for Turnbuckle Tabloid so we can talk about that. That is interesting. But yeah, I
2K24.
I have to say with 24, I'm pleased. I'm very pleased with it.
Same. I did finish the men's my career.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking it's like such a slap in the face for what I wanted Sunday.
Listen, let me tell you. I play these things just so that I can bide my time to get into my universe.
Mm-hmm.
So going through my rise,
also not for nothing, you have to unlock a lot of shit.
Right. So I'm okay with that. It's just biding my time little by little to do that. I've been playing a lot more my faction this time around. I didn't play it for the past couple of years. I've been playing it a little bit more now. I'm actually into it more. I just don't know really what's the difference between each one, like Proving Grounds on the weeklies and the faction wars. Like I'm not. I'm just playing it because I heard that you could start unlocking more attires and stuff like that. So that's what I'm really playing it for.
At the last minute, I put in the code for the Elite John Cena action figure thing.
Right.
So that's all I'm pretty much using my factions to unlock the character.
Ray's like, y'all let me know. We'll make it happen. Definitely. Let's get it popping.
Absolutely.
I like what he did too. If you don't want to click on the link for the Facebook thing, just tag your name.
Just put your name.
Just put your name next to it.
But I'm also looking on the Facebook feed as well, so we'll shout you up. Nicholas Cruz back from timeout.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, you've learned your lesson. See you on Saturday, Nick. Man, pull up, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So the men's story where you basically the thing is too, I usually like the chase stories, but they give you the belt right away. So that was kind of annoying because every match was a title defense. So
right.
you have to skip the graphics, you have to skip all that nonsense too. So
let's not do any spoilers. We still got.
Oh, now we're doing no spoilers. How long has the fucking game been out for?
It's been a month. People slowly but surely graduate. Listen, I've heard people who are sitting there like, I was kind of disappointed the past couple of years, and I'm like, no. This I know I try to sell you a bill of goods. This time we're good. Even my brother, shout out to my brother, big little brother D. Even he's on it again. He's like, yo, I love it, bro. I'm loving this. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Nick, what up, boy? What's good? See you on Saturday, fam. Shout out to everybody who's going to pull up to the Seneca for night 1 of WrestleMania. Turnbuckle Tabloid presents. It's going to be a good night. Packed house. Packed house, what I'm expecting. Prizes, giveaways. Going to do Mania bingo. We're going to have raffles. Anybody, I failed to mention this on the rundown of the prizes on the Facebook page. Anybody who comes into the Turnbuckle Tabloid night 1 event at the Seneca, you get a complimentary raffle ticket. Anything else after that is for purchase. Prizes be for first, second, and third, and for the raffles. It's worth it. I have to say I gave away some fun stuff last time. And for Mania Bingo, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So just looking forward for you guys to partake in this. Just to get back to 2K24, like I said, I'm already on my slots.
Is there something going on for night 2?
Possibly. They're interested in doing something for night 2, so I'll keep you guys posted for that as well when it happens. Most likely, they're looking to do it. They just have to rearrange some stuff.
We'll announce something on night 1.
That most likely that
towards
night.
The end of the night if you stick around.
So
24. So yeah, the men's story, and then I started the women's story this week. The amount of glitches I kept getting in fucking ladder.
Really?
I had a glitch in a ladder match. It was like one of the side quest things. And I go up, get the thing, start doing the stupid minigame. CPU stops me.
What are you playing on 4?
On the PC.
Oh, okay.
I go back, so I get knocked down. I go back up. The fucking briefcase is glitched, so I can't grab it again.
Right.
I have to restart. I had to restart the stupid match 3 times.
I heard the PS versions are the ones that glitch the most. I heard the Xbox ones don't really glitch as bad. They don't really crash as much.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So I'm having a good time. I'm already filled out. Yeah. I'm already filled up 96 slots on the creator recipe.
And there's 100.
Yeah, I've already filled up to 96. And I'm still going, oh man, I forgot this person. Shit. Do I need to add this person?
Do you have the whole AEW roster?
No. There's certain I'm not putting Orange Cassidy. I'm not putting Jericho. Fuck them. I'm not putting them on that shit.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. This will be the first year I don't put Jericho. I said fuck that. Cassidy never been on my game. Never.
There's actually been some good CAWs for them.
Yeah, I saw, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit. But what I'm doing this year is I'm going to create TNA. So I'm adding more of them on there as well. Like I got Jake something. I got Moose, of course. I got Nick Nemeth. I got Havoc. I get into it, man. And now that I have the PS Portal, it's the worst, bro. Like I'm at work on break, just like fucking locked in. It's crazy. I'm mad because I can't download Josh Alexander because I think there's parts that's on that he has that I haven't gotten yet. So
it's probably Brock.
And he looks fucking great too, man. It's probably Brock parts. Yeah, it's true. But other than that, yeah,
Is Universe gameplay like how much has it improved?
I haven't
How much-
even touched it yet because
You've
like
been downloading CW.
I just slowly but surely just working on it, just because there's a certain thing that they just had a major update on it, a big update to fix a lot of stuff that there was happening, and Universe got a look of a little bit of a revamp as well.
I will say for the showcase, I was fucking speeding through that shit just to get to the feed thing,
Right.
so I get the feed for my Universe mode. I only gave a shit about that. I was like skipping through cutscenes. I didn't give a shit. And like I said on the show before, not for nothing, there's gonna be nothing else to recap, so they have to come up with something original.
Yeah, I pretty much said that next year, and I took the survey that they put up. I took the survey and I told them, I said, I think what you should do is just merge GM mode and Universe, make it one big thing.
Yeah, and I will say I did try out my GM. The way they did it differently with the free agent stuff, they limited it to like 5 like searches. So
Right.
and it's all random too, depending on the draft pool.
Right.
You can edit. So I don't know.
It doesn't look bad. I mean,
yeah, I like there's more options for GMs, different like styles or cheats that you can do for that type of mode. So
yeah. But little by little, we'll be doing more, giving you a recap of what we've been doing with 2K24. There's a lot that I've been unpacking with that. But yeah, but especially when the Universe mode, there's a guy on YouTube that shows you how to fix it. The Universe mode, like you just have to delete almost everything and then move the PLEs around, and you have to fix the roster accordingly to keep your roster to the maximum 40 wrestlers. So it's a drudgery, but okay, we'll slowly but surely.
Nicholas says, I'm getting 2K this weekend, been slacking because of being busy at work.
I know, man. Responsibilities, bro. There's a when you play the showcase, there's a part that you get to that gets real difficult. And I just said, fuck this, and I just clicked it to easy. Because I said, listen, I got responsibilities, fam. I got shit to do. Fuck out of here.
Bro, I got stuck on the Rick Rude Ultimate Warrior match because they wanted me to do the finisher. Fucking this is on easy, mind you, and Warrior kept fucking reversing me. I'm like, I suck. I hate this game.
I did get caught on that one. I got caught on that one. I got caught on the Stone Cold Owens match because you have to be like at certain places. You have to pay attention to the prompts to where you got to be.
You have to read the shit so carefully.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I pause it just to look like go over here.
See, guys, I put glasses on for the podcast because of what I'm looking into with the camera and then the glare from the computer and having to read comments and stuff like that. But in real life, I'm not wearing glasses. So now I'm leaning up on the fucking screen. I have the portal in my hands. Like, what the fuck? Southeast corner of the fuck off. Like, I'm gonna do like the old Game Boy and put the magnifying glass on the top of the PS4.
I'm not gonna lie, there was moments where I would read it, be like southeast. I have to pause, be like north, south, east.
Exactly.
Like, where do they want me to put them?
What the fuck? So yeah, pretty much. We'll do more down the line, especially we're gonna have Jaron Walker.
Free.
Yeah, Jaron Walker will be coming back sooner or later. I want to get his thoughts.
Also, the first pack is coming out next month.
Yes, I'm excited for
CM Punk.
Somebody actually on a group page said that they think the pack 4 sucks. So when I looked, I said, wait, pack 4 is the one with Nia Jax, Dragon Lee, Nia Valkyrie. I said it's probably the best pack that they're gonna have.
Know.
Yeah, like what?
Pack 3 sucks. It's
Pat
McAfee and his co-host.
Yeah, that's gonna be the trash one. But
you know what annoys me too about pack 3 is that there was like missing data for like Emma, Jakara Jackson, a lot of NXT people that were supposedly going to be in the game,
right?
Got taken out.
Yeah, like
they were replaced by them.
Yeah, man. I had to download certain people like Zion Quinn and fucking Lash Legend. I said that they took up a spot for me, bro. Hopefully down the line sometimes they'll give you like them bonus people. Like last year they gave us Mia Yim, so maybe they'll do it down the line this year.
The year before they gave us like the career characters like King Corbin,
right?
Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah, so maybe
I love that Dijak is pissed off about his entrance. Like, you couldn't fucking change my entrance. It's still the T-bar entrance.
Listen, I'm still dealing with.
You see the amount of
I'm still dealing with Butch
signs in the crowd.
I'm still dealing with Butch as he's got everything else gimmick wise.
He looks like Pete Dunne, but just Butch.
Excuse me. Hopefully they change that. That should be in the next patch. Change.
Thank God his render changed. Remember last year's render where he was in the suspenders?
Yeah, he had the suspenders and shit. Like fuck.
I looked at them. I was like, I want to use you, but you look ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely. So Gonna go straight into the heart and soul, the meat of the conversation. Mike hit me up during the during this past week and was like, "Did you hear the Punk interview yet?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just got up." He's like,
Meanwhile, he's
"Bro,
like, boo, you should be on top of this shit."
yeah, listen, also, I savor moments. I wait till like I'm at work, I'm sitting back, I'm chilling, I'm having a a nice complimentary moment to myself, and then I'll go, okay, let's do this. So
Did you see the length? First,
I saw the whole thing.
Let's talk about the length of the interview. It was 2 hours. What's the show called? The MMA Hour.
Yeah, but also got the whole thing was like 4 hours and 40 minutes because you had the Rhea Ripley spot as well.
Okay, yeah.
So
I was about to say all this was in the same week. So yeah. But Punk made headlines again.
Okay, so
for a different reason.
I'm gonna preface it like this. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Bad meaning as though I thought that it would be very venomous. I thought he would have a lot more to say, vitriol to say. There were a lot of people who were saying that it
wasn't on the level of when he went on Cole Cabana's show.
Let the king sleep. Thank you. At least recognize I need some naps sometimes. It wasn't as venomous. Exactly. It wasn't as the Cole Cabana interview. That one was, you heard it in his voice to fashion.
You would be dead if you did a drinking game for the amount of times he said fuck.
Yeah, that was more. You could hear the growth in the past 2 years with him, right?
You could hear happiness at the beginning, and then when you start saying about WWE, it's like, oh, those motherfuckers. You could hear it.
But now here, like you heard him like. I know what he was doing. I know what he was doing this time around, but he was also like, you could tell that's like there's a growth, there's a maturity there. I've always said it. Punk is an asshole. I get it. I'm an asshole as well. I know this is what us as assholes do,
and he knows it too.
And he knows it, and that's why he kept. He said, "You're gonna hate me anyway, so you know what? Fuck it." And that's what life is. But I didn't. I have to say that I thought he was more passionate about the Vince McMahon stuff than he was about the AEW stuff. When he talked about Vince being the he hurt more. He hurt himself by hurting others, like those comments. And he talked about the whole Chris Benoit stuff as well.
I just want to bring up Nicholas said what was funny that he said Tony isn't a real boss. Then the next day a bunch of people got cut.
No, it was the same day.
It was the same day.
It was the same day.
Yeah,
same day.
I think people are realizing Punk was not in the wrong. Khan is a clown.
So okay,
that's from Matt.
So
I will say, from my point of view with the interview, it was more of a sigh of relief for him just to talk about like you said,
was it though? You think so?
It did come off venomous because you know what? Not for nothing, he's in a better place now. He seems more happier because I don't know if anybody saw, but WWE released a WWE rewatch where it's him and Randy rewatching their old match, and they talked about an old thing from the Rumble that year where Punk caught Orton talking shit about him after. Like,
that was a great video too.
Yeah.
Nicholas hashtags Punk is my spirit animal. No lies.
At the end of it, they're hugging, and Punk was like, Orton was apologizing, and Punk was like, no, we're all good. Like, this really is like Punk's redemption tour, where it seems like everybody that he seems to have a problem with in the past truly missed him.
Well, then you have the naysayers who like, oh no, they're just trying to paint Punk in a different light because he has such a stigma with him and such. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like, of course this is. Of course this is what they're gonna do. No, bro. But at the same time,
even Randy admitted like he was wrong in that one incident.
Listen, at the same time, I said the same thing. And we've been saying, and you've heard me say it here. I've said it on other people's podcasts. I said it the whole time. Without us knowing what actually happened at that
Wembley
at that event, I called it line by fucking line what I believed happened, and Punk said it almost to the T. Line by fucking line, and I said it.
Even Jim said it too. He's like this is like Punk stealing my gimmick.
No, I mean seriously, like I'll get to that part in a minute. But let me just go back to the Vince stuff. The Vince thing was more of a realness because he was probably the first person who was honest and clear about it because he, especially when he brought up, I was friends with Benoit, and you saw me on video the night of his tribute on the stage crying.
Mm.
And then when you come out, then the following days and you hear what he did, immediately in my mind, I was like, you know what? Fuck that dude. Like, he said a week prior to that, he's pulling me to the side to show me his son, and his son taped up his wrist to have X on his hands. Whether that's true or not, even still, he says, I was riding with this guy. We were buddies. And then you hear what happens. He's like, nah. He says, fuck that dude. And the thought about what's happening with with the Vince stuff.
He probably mentioned I forgot what he said about Vince, the current Vince.
Right. My favorite line of that shit when he says Vince always wants to have a father figure personality or mentality with the wrestlers. And I think that's why he and I butt heads, because I was like, fuck that. I have a father. I don't need you to be my father figure.
Yeah. It's so strange with Vince and a lot of the guys, because like word for word, it's the same thing. Oh, Vince always wants to be like a father figure. Meanwhile, it's like all of them are in their 30s, 40s, and this old man's trying to be like a father figure. Like,
the nurturing fucking
dude, you're my fucking boss. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Right.
I have my own family. I have to deal with.
Right. I took from that conversation, from that interview with the Vince part, to be probably the most honest out of all that.
Absolutely.
It was the most genuine. He can do that.
This was Phil Brooks.
Yes, and he can do that. He's allotted to do that, which is fine. I think that when it comes to being able to have that carte blanche, and like he mentioned, he says, I know how to dance it. I know how to walk that line. He says, I don't like pulling back the curtain. I still like the mystique of wrestling. I don't like telling you guys too much about what's going on, but I also know what you guys know, or you think you know, and I could dance on it. He said that's why the pipeline was such a success, because even to this day it's still referenced.
Pipe bomb.
Yeah, the pipe bomb. Excuse me, the pipe bomb. That's why it was like it's always referenced. So I thought with that he hit the nail on the head. As for what came on, with the AEW stuff,
oof.
He makes me laugh.
True.
Well, it's true to him. It's his truth. I thought that at the same time, what is it? It says,
Matt,
Khan is
an indie booker on a budget. He has no idea how to run a wrestling show and be professional. Also, are we going to mention how Jack Perry is a prick?
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But Khan on a budget? Definitely not. He's not on a budget.
He's using daddy's money.
He's going full force with it. So.
And we'll talk about the whole TV thing too, because that's what Punk mentioned as well.
So immediately,
asked him what happened in AEW.
All right, so I want to reference some even before I go there, because I want to talk about Ariel Helwani quick too as well. Okay, so
is he another one of these reporting clowns?
Well, he's a shill. He's a shill. He's a mark for WWE, just like Meltzer's a mark for AEW. He's no fucking different.
Yeah.
The only thing that I could say with that is like he wears it on his sleeve. I don't think he hides it,
right?
And that's just the nature.
The same dude that said he was pretty much pulling his hair out when he had Tony Khan on the show. Remember?
Well, you think about it, yeah.
Tony Khan kept saying, "Oh, I can't comment on that. I can't comment on that," and Ariel was like, "That was the most wasteful time of my life." But he didn't want to answer anything.
And this is what my thing was with that as well. I respect the questions that Helwani is going to ask, and he has asked, because there's no hiding from it.
Right.
There's no dancing around it. You're going to go, and you got to go. If you're going to go into the lines, then you better be ready to, toss some meat around. And
if you know you're going to have CM Punk on your show, what's the one thing that nobody's asked him at all, and he hasn't commented on yet?
The only thing that I ask is whether or not
he knows what's going to get the clicks, and guess what got the clicks?
And the only thing that I ask is like whether or not Ariel goes in there and he says like, "Hey,"
if they preempt it.
No, if not preempted, if they if he's pro Warren, like he's warned early on. Okay, let's not do this. Let's not do. You can't ask this. You can't do that. From what I took from that is I don't think they did. They let him rip, and which is cool. Like I'm like, okay, let it go.
So let's get into the meat potatoes.
Okay, so go ahead. So just you throw some stuff out there. See if
So when they asked him, so he basically asked him what happened with AEW and Wembley, and now going by the reports, there was also this shit about from Collision. So Punk addressed it. He talked about the old Jack Perry thing, and he claims, this is from CM Punk's mouth, that Jack Perry cursed out producers. He cursed out Tony Schiavone. He cursed out pretty much everybody, all because he wanted to do a spot where he took a pipe and hit out a glass window. Like he wanted to break the glass the window.
Right.
And he pretty much got like 8 no's and was still pissed off about it. And Tony Schiavone went up to Punk and said, "This dude is cursing everybody." And then Punk was basically like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" It's even like that part. It's like, why are you asking Punk? Like Punk's technically not in charge. Like, and also if the people in charge said no, that should have been it.
Well, he did say.
Your mic's off.
Oh, sorry. No, is it? Oh,
it's muted.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, he did say that. He did have dual roles.
Okay.
He did mention that. He said that he was talent, but he's also given that responsibility, especially when it came to the Collision thing.
That's what Tony said when he was told them we're gonna split you guys up.
Right, and he told him he said this is not gonna work.
That's also what Punk said. I said this shit's not gonna work. Just get rid of me. They don't want me.
Right. Like he was ready to go after
that. He was after the injury after Brawl Out.
Right.
He was done.
He was done.
Yeah.
So
then Punk says he went up to Jack and says, "What's going on?" Jack told them, and then Punk had to be like, "Listen, they said no, and I'm gonna have to say no. Like it's not worth it. It's really because all you're doing is breaking the window of a rental car, and then we gonna go to the rental car place and write a check for
no. What he said was that it is not a good look because it hurts the other wrestlers who now can't get a rental car because we're known to break car windows.
Right.
And
he also told them too, don't do it here. Do it on Wednesday.
Right. Don't do it here. That's not what he wanted. He wanted it there. I found it.
Also, Punk even told Certain, he goes, not for nothing. If we're doing split rosters, why is he here with me? Like, why isn't he on the Wednesday show?
I found it
because I think Punk said like he's more friendly with them.
Right. And I found it interesting where he mentioned where, there's certain talent who want to work once a month and then film film vignettes
for 4 weeks and then come back
and then come back. And I was like, wow.
Even I was like caught off guard,
which is interesting because
Punk said, he said, no shame. If that's what you want to do, do you.
Which is interesting because it Henry had just shout out to Henry for Chokeslam report.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me a link on a topic matter which we discussed on his podcast not too long ago about how heavy the rosters are. Mm-hmm. And with the rosters being as filled as they are, I think on the rundown he said that it was like and I mentioned it earlier, it was like 139 male wrestlers, 30 females. But
for AEW.
For AEW. And I didn't get it didn't say anything about the rundown for WWE.
For WWE was like 100 men and none of them are used.
Right. Something of that like card, right? So I said, so in my response, it's like, well, since the beginning of 2024, it says 37% of the male rosters hasn't wrestled in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Since 2024 as of April, right?
Right.
Okay.
So are we talking
if you think about 37% out of 126 wrestlers, I'm not great at math, but I'm gonna pretty much say that we're gonna probably look at maybe 50, like 45 wrestlers haven't been used, right? Mm-hmm. So in the same case, if you're telling me that there are wrestlers who have been used, how often have they been used? There's a ratio here where it's 38 female wrestlers, 20% of them have not wrestled since 2024. So, but Willow Knight and Chris Statlander have 9 matches.
The most for the females?
For the female, 9. Out of 13 weeks, 3 shows that they have.
They've been on all of them.
You've been 13 weeks,
Right,
3 shows. Do that math. You're good at math, right?
13 weeks.
3 shows, right?
9 appearances, yeah.
And 3 times 3 times 3 is what?
3 times 3 is 9.
No, 3. I'm sorry. 13 times 3 is what? You're gonna get 39, right? 39. So out of 39 shows,
39, yeah.
39 shows, you only appeared on 9 of those shows. Wow. Cesaro had the most with, and mind you, I didn't even include the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pay-per-view is a different story.
Right. Claudio.
I saw his number was like 11.
11. Yeah. So once again, 13 weeks,
11 and
3 shows.
Yeah.
He had 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wrestling has changed, bro. Like, honestly, the land. And I'm not talking about, and they complain. The wrestlers complain about being overworked. So I found it astonishing.
That they're overworked.
Yeah, they play that. Oh, they're overworked. Oh my God, the wear and tear. Guys are throwing their bodies around.
God forbid they come to TV once a week, or well, you know what? If your boss decides to sign you, and if I see you once every 3 months, there's a problem. I see that's a problem,
right? Yeah. So
if I see you more on the fucking independent scene and you have the AEW logo next to your name, that's a problem to me,
right?
Because you're just out there promoting a brand that you're not fucking on TV for.
So now the comparison went with WWE done.
It's worse for the men than the women. The women at least are getting more TV time.
Somewhat.
Shockingly.
So with WWE, we already know that their roster's inflated as well.
Oh yeah.
And
we'll get into the roster cuts too later.
Right. So when we're looking at their roster as well, a lot of their wrestlers don't get TV time as well.
For WWE, it's the same formula of the same people on different weeks.
Right. But they have Raw, they have SmackDown, they have NXT, now they have Speed.
Main event and Level Up.
Main event and Level Up. So now they have 6 shows. All right, 6. And they have an inflated fucking roster as well.
Correct.
The difference being is that WWE has enough money in their fucking financials that if a wrestler can sit in catering for that fucking night, right, they can sit in fucking catering for that night. AEW doesn't have that.
It also include the house shows that they do every weekend.
Right.
If you don't see Apollo Crews on a Raw or SmackDown,
he's at a house show.
Or at main event.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're steadily building. And
Omos has been house show exclusive for the past year.
And you know what? He needs to be because he's a novelty. He's an
attraction.
He's an attraction. So this is what I'm saying when it comes to
Nicholas. He was heading back to the grind. He'll see us Saturday.
All right, brother. Listen, get that money, baby, and make sure you're ready to rip your shirt off when The Rock and Roman win.
I'll rip my head off.
People, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. Like, they have that money. AEW doesn't have that money. Like, although Tony Khan is the money mark.
Remember what Jericho said? My boss has a bigger pocket than you think.
Okay.
So,
and he's spending a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
So, just going back to what Punk's referencing with what those guys thoughts about the business
with the rental car thing too.
And what he's saying about his days of wrestling is totally different of how they look at wrestling these days.
Right.
I'm telling you, I had been saying it for the longest time about this, that there was a clashing of business properties. When Cody left, and Cody's been taking such the high road, and shout out to him, man, because honestly,
that NDA.
Nicholas put his finger up.
Fuck you.
And is there an NDA though? Because I think he's just taking the high road. I really do.
Well, do we think that was more civil, right? It was just more of like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want this money or deal. I'll go.
Just let me go.
Right.
And it's you got.
What WWE offered him, and he just took it.
No, he left before the deal happened. He left. He was gone. He was leaving. So, two of your biggest stars.
One of them was an EVP, the one that started the fucking company,
right? And the other one that was bringing more eyes to the product and getting you more in your financials.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's also, let's be clear here. This was your number one draft pick, the one wrestler you want when you wanted to start a company. This was the wrestler you wanted on your roster. Gone. And he's telling you to your face, "You're a clown. I want out. I'm done."
I think when he said that, I think he probably would retract that.
He probably would have said, "You suck."
No, I think he probably didn't want to say that you're a clown, but I think at the same time,
frustration,
and also with the fact that they try to paint him like he's the aggressor, he's the antagonist,
he's the hothead,
right? When I've been saying it for the longest. We still haven't seen any video.
Yeah, there's a video.
Right, we still haven't seen it. With the brawl out,
we'll never know.
We'll never know. Because
that shit will go to the grave unless somebody from outside says something.
Because at the end of the day, if he was the antagonist, the aggressor for that,
he probably would admit,
and he probably wouldn't even be there anymore.
Yeah.
That if you really shook it up that bad, why keep you? Yeah. So I think that when he spoke about that, when he spoke about the how the hierarchy won, especially how he was sandbagged during that Hangman Page promo, which everyone
that work shoot,
everybody said the same thing when the first time we heard the promo. We all went and said, first of all, it was intelligible. We didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Then when he finally dissected it, you go
read between the lines.
He's like, what the fuck was that about?
Wait a minute. Jason,
DiGiacomo?
Yeah.
What's up, JD?
Don't worry. Sasha Banks is going to be the lifesaver. Push her to the top. She gets injured, and we get another AEW. I was wondering where you were going with that.
It's funny because I was going to mention that on the show last week with the third announcers, but I was like, I don't want to wish anything bad and have anybody injured. But I'm like, in my head, I'm going, should be injured by August.
Willow's gonna drop her on her head again.
Which, by the way, we're back to the we're back to the ranking system. But let's just move you to the top and just fucking get you a title shot anyway.
This ranking system is not gonna work because they need to make storylines that make sense. That that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
But the one thing I took away from the Punk interview that I think you're gonna agree was probably the most egregious thing he brought up was, so they're at All In, despite the fact that also there was no travel prepared for Punk. He had to go to the stadium by himself.
And he said, I didn't bitch about it. He said, I was good. I was okay.
He said, you know what? Adventure. Fuck it. Yeah. Let me have some fun.
Yeah, fuck it. He was like, he was okay with it.
Yeah. But when he said that whole Jack Perry thing where he said, go cry me a river type of thing, Punk went to Tony Khan and said, what are you going to do? No, he said, are you going to do something about it? And Tony goes,
what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? You're the boss.
Yeah, that's and
you have to tell the boss what to do.
As we doing in the Puerto Rican culture, we do. Por mi madre, I had said the same fucking thing months ago. That's exactly
when this whole story came out.
I said the exact same fucking thing. I said I can already picture it. Punk went to Tony. Tony was like,
what do you mean? I have a show to run.
Then he's like, I went to,
And I love Punk's response. He goes, well, if I handle it, you're not going to like it. Guess what? He handled it. Try to choke him.
And he says, I didn't, just choke the guy. But
I love because he just said it.
But at the same time, did you feel that he sounded like he was the victim in any of this stuff?
No. Not really.
Even with the whole idea, the premise with him saying that the talent didn't like him and all this stuff, and he even said, "I'm."
He goes,
You don't
half
like
the roster fucking hates me. Why am I here? Let me just go.
because what he said, because I got your boy fired, or I'm getting your boy fired. Who's still working to this day. It's like, come on, what are we doing here? I don't think.
But seriously, when you go to the boss and the boss tells you, "What do you want me to do?" It's like, oh my God.
That's not proper business.
That made Tony Khan look more incompetent.
Yeah, and without him trying to say that he's soft, but that's what I read between the lines when he was saying it. He's like, he is.
Tony Khan wants to be everybody's friend.
He said he is.
That's been the deal since day one.
Right, and he said he is who he is. Yeah. And that's what he is. He's soft. He's just not a boss guy.
He wants to be a people pleaser. He wants to please everybody, but that's not realistic.
Right.
Especially when this roster, who Punk says so many times, they don't want me here. And I love how he also said too that what he was presented when he first signed to how it was then was completely different. He goes, what the hell happened to this company that I wanted to come to?
Yeah. It goes back to I'm gonna go back to what Oski I mentioned. He said Khan is an indie booker on a budget. He has no idea how to run a wrestling show and professional. Also, we're gonna mention how Jack Perry's a prick. Well, the Jack Perry thing is funny because Bully Ray went on his podcast and talked about his run-in with him, and we had been saying it for the longest too that the kid has been getting a reputation as well to he's not cooperative. So he's another one that he got into the business, had a fire in his belly. From what many people have said early on with him, that he was talented. He was ready to sharpen his tools, get in and make something for himself. He got in, got over, became a fucking asshole. So,
would you take that as from him being around the Bucks too much?
The entitlement, it's probably a little bit more than that. I think honestly, I think when he lost his father, I think he lost that as well. Because his father, Luke Perry, in the business, never had a reputation. Nobody said an ill will about his father. So, I think that kind of plays a part in it as well. But also, I think with the placement on a card in certain instances gave him that flexibility. Look, when he came out, when he turned heel, everybody was like, cool. I mean, I can see this. But even that was like half-ass. You came out with shitty music. You
not gonna lie, the music that the Bucks come out to now is probably gonna be his.
Really?
I could see it.
Yeah. And then this
it's eerily similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
He his promos were blasé.
Yeah. He came off angry when he really didn't feel it.
Yeah.
It felt forced.
Lean into it a little bit more, like get into it and such. But as for what happened that day at Wembley, and the kid put the pressure on him. And what do you think Punk is gonna do? And what Punk said, he's like, come on, man, I'm gonna kill you. Like, come on. Regardless what you say about Punk and his MMA career, and I love how people go, well, he got his ass whipped in MMA. Some of y'all motherfuckers are getting your ass whipped every fucking day. Like, no kidding. Be it physical or motherfucking in professional life or whatever the case may be, or your personal life. You're getting your ass whipped every day. This guy was trained to choke a motherfucker out at any opportunity.
Right.
Let's be for real. Can
we also just acknowledge too that when Punk went to UFC, he was way past, like, he was past.
Well, he's 35 years old.
Yeah.
He said it.
He was fighting younger dudes that can fucking were doing it every day for a living.
And he said that's my mental my mental on and off switch. He goes, I went in at 35 years old. He's like, I shouldn't have been in there. He says, but I did it.
Yeah.
He says that's just his tenacity. And you know what? How many of you motherfuckers right now at 22, 23 will want to go into the fucking octagon? It's insane. I knew it was going to be a disaster. I was like, poor Punk. Like, this is going to be crazy. But at least the one thing you can say is the motherfucker tried. And you know what? Still at the same time, Motherfuckers trained to choke your ass out.
Right.
It can happen. Front face lock your ass. Rear naked at any quick fucking moment. Come on, stop. Yeah,
I will say for Jack Perry, if he didn't think that what the consequences were going to be when he walked back, he probably saw the fear of God. He probably like saw the light when Punk like choked him. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm about to fucking die here."
I even the part where Punk said, he went to the back after his, he went to the back. He was pissed off.
He went back to the room.
Joe and the guys was like, "Come on, let's get this done. Let's do this." And this had to be quick too. And went out there and still had a solid match.
Also, don't forget too, after he did choke, Jack tried to choke him, and they separated them. He did go to Tony. He goes, "I quit."
Right. He's like, "I was done."
At that point, he fucking said, "I quit."
And he said he hasn't spoken to him since.
Yep.
That was the last time they spoke.
And then
that's crazy.
And the fact that he told him, "I quit," and then he still went out there and put on a fucking good opening match with Samoa Joe.
That's crazy. Because he, like you say, I didn't want to let down the
boys. If that was WWE, that man would not walk out.
Yeah.
If you would have told Triple H, "I quit," guess what? Triple H would have said, "Okay, Scaredy, get him out the building.
Right.
Call an audible. We're doing something else."
And you know what? Like he said, I didn't want to let down the boys. And that's what he did. And went out there, still had a hell of a match with Joe.
That final image of CM Punk in AEW with the world title, with the painted X on it, with his hand up saying goodbye.
Yeah, that's so, and it's so telling with all that.
He went back to Chicago and he never spoke to Tony again. And then the whole Tony thing on when he said he feared for his life.
Even when he said he was injured, he paid for his own fucking bills. He paid for his own doctor. That's insane.
So no travel and no medical.
That was them putting the squeeze on him. And think about it. He went and wanted to speak to Kenny directly because that's what the boys do.
Right.
When they said speak through a lawyer, it's like, who the fuck does that? Like
the Bucks.
Come on. And he was supposed to have a sit down with the Bucks. They refused to do it.
And what the Bucks return with, we'll wait in 3 months to see how he does in the next couple months.
And then
we'll see if we talk.
It's insane. Now it's like
the fact that them two still have EVP status after all this bullshit. And then, like, for the last couple of weeks, we see reports like, oh, the reason Jack Perry wanted a release, he asked for his release, and Tony Khan's pissed off at Jack Perry. Because not for nothing, Tony Khan, I believe that 100%. He's pissed at Jack Perry because guess what?
So why pay him? He's still on a fucking.
Why don't you just release him? Why don't you just release him?
Yeah, he's still on payroll.
And it sounds like Jack Perry wants to get out of it. Apparently, Rocky Romero worked out a deal for Jack Perry to go to Japan. That's fucking fine for him.
You're paying him to lose. You're paying him for losing you millions, possibly billions down the line.
Yeah.
You're still keeping him on payroll.
We're forgetting the important part. There was no non-compete given to him.
That's insane.
You fired CM Punk, and you didn't hit him with a "you can't go to WWE right away." This motherfucker.
And mind you, he mentioned.
I love that part.
He mentioned that he said that he had no.
He said he could have went to WWE
the next day.
Week.
He said he was, and
he waited,
and he said that he and Khan have a relationship for years and such because he was under the same agency as such where Khan worked at, CAA.
Nick Khan?
Yeah, Nick Khan. And he says that they reached out the week of Survivor.
No non-compete.
He reached out to him the week of Survivor Series because they asked him when the ball started rolling and stuff. He started talking about it, and he goes to Nick Khan, and Nick asked him, and was like, "Are you on a non-compete?" He goes, "No." Nope. He goes,
"Are you serious?"
He goes, "Shit, I wish I would have known that before." Because who would have thought not to put him on a non-compete?
It's a normal thing in wrestling. If you can release, you get hit with a 30-day release and a 60 or a 90. You release your biggest money maker with nothing.
You lost
to him.
So you lost money with Punk. You losing money by giving fucking Punk Perry money. He's still on payroll. Yeah. And you just bankrolled probably one of the biggest fucking profits that WWE had in a fucking past year.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you give contracts to Okada, Ospreay, and Monet.
Bravo, Tony. You're proving how much of a fucking business guy you are. Bravo. By the way, if this was a monopoly,
and people feel bad for Tony when to quote what he said, the bald assholes copybook or compete book against them when they book Cody, Taker, all these fucking people on NXT.
Oh my God. Like, listen, if this was Monopoly,
You'd be bankrupt.
there's bankrupt heading your way, bro, on every fucking roll.
Head to jail.
That's insane. Wow. And then you went on TV.
No, none.
None.
He could have showed up at SummerSlam or those other pay-per-views before Survivor Series.
And then you went on fucking you went on the Collision episode in Chicago to explain the situation, and you thought that you were going to get
sympathy,
a sympathy or a hero's welcome.
I feared for my life.
Excuse me, but Jesus, yo, this is why you see
CM Punk is the fucking smartest man in the wrestling business.
But this is why you see the way that the Khans handle business. The Jaguars has been shit. Their soccer team was a Fulham. They're shit. It's
we're talking about with the Jaguars. They're selling playoff tickets when they're having the playoffs.
Right, exactly.
Or preseason tickets, whatever the fuck they was advertising.
Jesus, like
get your pre-sale tickets for next season. Start early.
Listening to this, like I said, listening to the interview.
This is the same dude. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's just that this is the same dude who gives us. Not for that. Despite what we say about AEW as a business, the match qualities are fucking awesome.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I was thinking about this today, and guys who are in the chat, I want to know who watching the live stream.
Yeah, whoever's watching live.
I pose this question to you guys. I want to see your thoughts about this as well. Okay, so we're looking at. I'll just do it on one show of each. I'll go 3-hour Raw, 2-hour Dynamite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no wrong answer to this. It's just what what your preference, and it's
whatever you prefer.
Yeah, and this is exactly what my thoughts about with wrestling as well. Of the class of a type of wrestling fan you are, because at the end of the day, you're either you're WWE, you're an AEW kind of guy, or you just fucking love wrestling. Right. Or if you want to just throw in the mix, I'm an indie guy. I love deathmatch. That's miscellaneous shit. That's something different. But at the same time, but I'm looking at for this right here. Do you prefer a 3-hour wrestling show that possibly gives you 6 matches, but a lot of possible entertaining factors? Mm-hmm. Or a 2-hour show that gives you 5 matches where each match is about 25 minutes each?
And this is with like 30-second backstage segments in between.
With the 2-hour show?
Yeah.
If you want to put it in that,
I mean, like they cut to the back and be like,
if you want to put it in
about that, yeah.
So you got filler of wrestling,
right?
But every match is about 25 minutes. So you go through 2 commercials breaks for these. Yeah. Maybe 4. You get 5 matches.
Both shows do the whole picture-in-picture thing,
right?
So.
Or you got a 3-hour show that gives you about maybe 6 matches out of a 5-hour show, but there's a lot of filler in between.
Matt says 2 hours all day.
The 2-hour show, right? Okay.
I don't know. I would have to say I prefer 2.
Okay,
because I think I've been jaded for so long with the 3-hour show.
Mind you, what I'm telling you,
right? Yes,
it's the matches. Each match is 25 minutes long,
regardless of who the fuck it is.
Right.
You could be watching Kyle O'Reilly and Brian Keith for 20 minutes.
Right. That's what I say. Put that in perspective.
Yeah. So I lean more towards the 2 hours.
Okay.
Than the 3 hours.
So with that being said, right?
Yeah.
And I think the general consensus with a lot of wrestling fans is that as well.
They prefer the 2 over the 3.
Right. Right. With that being the consensus, right? How the fuck are you losing viewers every week?
The better question is, how do you not at least get a million?
Right. You're getting more. You're getting what you want.
It's 750.
Right.
750. Let me be more clear. 750,000. That's like the last number. That's the range now where they're at.
Yeah, you're siphoning viewerships from what they would want, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you combine Collision and Rampage ratings together, they don't even get up to 500.
So Why is that
If
occurring?
you prefer 2, why are you not watching the 2-hour show?
Right. Okay. Now, if you want to do the same comparison with SmackDown, 2-hour show, 2-hour show, 2-hour SmackDown will give you same thing, maybe
4 matches with
maybe I'll give them 5.
5,
but
with
they're
10,
not.
with,
But
with 10 minutes tops.
Yeah, they give you like 10, 12-minute matches.
But with like recently a lot of talking segments.
Right. This is as of recent because of the build up to Mania.
Right.
And you have another show that once again that gives you a 2-hour show with 20-minute, 25-minute matches, and you get about 5 of them.
Yeah.
What are you watching?
Watching the SmackDown.
You're gonna watch SmackDown,
right?
Okay. This is what I'm saying.
Matt just says, "Does Raw go back to 2 hours on Netflix?"
No,
apparently no. They're sticking with the 3.
No, they're gonna stay with that because at least
they're getting money for the 3rd hour,
right? And it's all about ads anyway. That's all they give a fuck about. I
don't know how the commercial break thing is gonna work, but it's still
it's gonna be the same shit. Yeah. You know, if you have ads on Netflix, if you don't pay for ad free, you'll get ads on during the show, and then if you don't have ad free, you'll get like they do in AEW. If you watch it on another country, that the commentary will talk during the commercial. This is what I'm saying. It's how the viewing audience are taking it.
On screen, AEW looks fantastic. The roster, when you look at
right, even with the new
camera
camera work now, I love the camera work that they're doing this day in AEW. I like it.
Also in WWE, it's gotten so much better.
Right.
But when you write down the names for AEW, Ospreay, Edge, Omega, MJF, like you keep going and going and going, and you're like, how are they not making 1 million? Or cracking 1 million viewers.
Well, this goes back to what Punk was saying.
This is like the opposite of TNA when they had that bloated roster of like Hogan, Angle, Flair in 2010, and they had 1 million and they stayed at that number. They never got higher.
This goes back to what Punk said in the interview. Their business model is not my business model, and he mentioned it. He says, he
said more than he said they don't want to make money.
They don't want to make money.
They just want to get the star ratings, and that's all they care about. Which was like, that was a big ow.
And I think that's what hit more than anything else.
Yeah. Because you know who's that directed at? That's directed at your 2 EVPs that give a care so much about the star ratings.
Right. And
their finisher is named after the fucking dude.
Oh, not anymore. They changed it now. Now is the con driver.
Still.
Yeah.
I also Tony Khan too. You have to look at them too and be like, you motherfuckers. Like he probably has a mic.
He loves it. He loves it. He's always wanted to rub elbows with these guys, and this is what he got going on. He loves it.
Now they're not creative.
Yeah,
they're still EVPs.
Remember when they first came in? Oh, they ran the tag team division. Kenny ran the women. Cody did the main spots. They promised health care and insurances for the guys. No one was going to get fired. Everybody's going to have their contract extended. And then bam, the business model changes. Mm-hmm. We just saw 10 releases on April 1st, which, by the way, what an asshole move by fucking AEW to release talent on April Fool's Day. Can you imagine you get a fucking text like, sorry, but we're going to have to release you. Very funny. No, really.
No, we're serious.
Really, we're fucking releasing you. Mm-hmm. Fucking asshole move to do that shit.
But you know what the funny thing was? I looked at that list. I was looking at, I got annoyed just look at the list because I was like, who the fuck are these people? Slim J.
Shout out.
Parker Bordeaux.
I was going to bring that up. Who? I was going to bring that up. Shout out to our boy M2 Inc., who's a big Slim J fan. He's like, he has so much he has so much upswing.
Is he out of his mind?
Listen, if you would wait till this week's episode when you
as we're doing this show, as I was coming over here, he did a media call for Ring of Honor. That's still a fucking thing. They have a show tomorrow. Fuck you, Ring of Honor. You still
look at that. And I didn't even count that show when I came to the collectively about that. I didn't even count Ring of Honor.
The boys got released. They're involved in a storyline for Ring of Honor. Don Castle and Johnny.
Remember, they were kidnapped. Yeah, they were kidnapped.
But Tony Khan revealed that they weren't coming to work half the time. So I told them, enough. You're gone.
Wow.
He said he would schedule something for the TV and they wouldn't show up.
Why? Because you're a big sucker. So they said, fuck, you're going to pay me anyway.
Another name, like Stu Grayson, he got fired for the second time.
That's what I'm saying. This is the second time.
And he released that fucking ring announcer for Collision, Dasha Quinn.
And she's good.
Why?
I don't know. Like I said, it's
so now more Justin
Man,
Roberts
listen.
on TV.
somebody got to. You got to get that money for Okada and fucking Monet and Ospreay from somewhere, right? Got to get it from somewhere.
Are we getting to the part with the TV deal? Because
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking about like, because let's be real here. If they don't get money from the TV rights, they're screwed.
They're not going anywhere though.
They're screwed in a minor sense because they need that money.
But the whole thing is that once
they need
again,
that money for TV rights.
But the crazy thing is that once again, and I keep bringing up when I pose that question to what's his name, Alex Kane from MLW. On TikTok, I asked him, and this was a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. I asked him, and I said, "What can AEW? What can AEW do to
get to please the hardcores and get the casuals?"
Yeah, to get the casuals, and he's like,
"There are no more casuals."
What do you mean casuals? They have their core audience. AEW has their audience. They don't need casuals. Get off my TikTok. And I'm like,
wow,
someone's trying to get a job. And how's that working out for you, fam? Still stuck as MLW champion, right?
You
fuck off.
You just got replaced by AJ Francis in your own group.
Fuck off. Good for you. So
where are you now?
So yeah, just to close out with the Punk segment.
And Matt brought up Tony Khan mentioned the boys were fired because they didn't show up for work.
Hey, listen, a lot of them motherfuckers weren't showing up for work either. I bet you they got more. I bet you there's a lot of talent on there that got a little bit more flexibility to do that than
Brian
the boys
Cage.
did. Yeah, you know.
I love Brian Cage, but remember for the longest time he was on like home for like a year.
Shit,
and he'd be working the indies more than he worked at AEW TV.
Let me tell you something. There was a day and age where they would, once guaranteed contracts happened, that shit went out the window. But there was a day and age. If you fucking were late, Bret Hart always talked about it. Hey, listen, I was a champ. I came in 5 minutes late. They hit me. They penalized me.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay. They don't do that shit anymore. So, you got a money mark sucker. And I bet you that Tony didn't even fucking say that they weren't coming. He wasn't even paying any mind to that shit. He didn't give a fuck about that. Somebody told him that. He's not paying him. He's too busy, like, rubbing elbows and being everybody's friend and buddy.
Money mark sucker.
So, like I said, just to wrap up the Punk interview, look, it's just one side of the story, and
he seems more happier.
It does. He said, even when he talked about his injury, he talked about the tricep injury. He talked about, the one in AEW was the worst one. The one in WWE, he was like, I was ready to tape it up and go back in. Like I was ready to go. He says, but here they're stopping me from hurting myself. Because I get in my own head. Now you mentioned earlier that Punk is the smartest dude in wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put him up there. And it's crazy because I've always thought that the guy had so much passion for wrestling. He was mad when wrestling turned on. He felt wrestling turned on him.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that wrestling turned on him. It was the powers that be that were there.
They made him jaded.
And didn't protect him or didn't kowtow to what he wanted. Granted, Jericho mentioned it one time on his podcast before where he said, I would throw 100 shit out there to Vince. If I could get 5 of them on, I felt happy. Because that's what it's all about. With Punk wanted everything to go right.
Oh, absolutely.
He says right now, this day and age, his mentality, he talked about how...
Same with Heyman. Heyman would throw out 100 ideas and Vince would say no to all of them. But Heyman would argue for all of them.
Right. And he talked about his conversation with Triple H, how that was, and how, the whole thing with the wedding and getting served on his wedding day and such like. He talked about all that shit. And like I said, for me, and you guys already know, I'm a fucking Punk mark anyway, so I don't give a fuck what none of you say. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I know when an asshole's being an asshole, and I know when a person's wrong. I get that. And then there's all the times where I say, yo, Punk, kind of being a dick about this one. You ain't have to do that. In this conversation, for me, I took it as I was like, you asked the questions, he answered them. as best as he could. He didn't want to give you guys too much. He gave you enough.
He told you his side of the story.
And mind you, if he wanted to,
unfortunately, that's gonna be the side of the story that we know for the longest.
He buried WWE with the fucking Colt Cabana conversation 10 years ago. This one, I thought he was actually fucking complimentary to AEW, and when it came to Tony, he left. He left it to what it was. He's a good guy, but
I'll give it that
he's not a boss.
That his favorite moments was when he teamed with Sting and Darby,
right,
and his feud with MJF.
Yeah. So just to wrap that up, I just want to say that if you guys haven't watched it, take a look at it. It's actually worth the watch. It's actually a good conversation. We covered a lot of bases of it, but it's actually a good conversation to have. So leading into predictions for Mania, night 1 from Philly. Shout out to all you people out there that's going to Philly. That's going to be big things for you guys. Would love to be there. No, I really don't. I don't really want to be there at all. I actually came to grips with the fact that I'm good with not being there. But we're gonna go to night 1. I think we did. I think. Oh, you have it? Okay, good. Sorry, I don't have to pull it up here. So okay, night 1. What we have?
All right, let me see. Okay, let's start with this. We have a tag match. We have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. What you think of the stuff from Raw? Where Damian Priest is like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Why are they here?
Hermano.
Why are they here in the
What are we doing here with the Hermano?
Are those my darts? That was the funny part. He goes, are those my darts?
And
what role is Andrade going to play?
My brother asked me, do you see them breaking up the Judgment Day? I said, yeah, kind of, or at least giving them a fresh coat of paint. Priest needs to break out soon.
Priest is gonna be top babyface soon.
Yeah, Rhea's probably gonna need to break out soon.
She'll be turning face soon. Dom's gonna stay the heel.
No, there was talks of. Do you think that Dom actually probably goes with Legado de Fantasma?
Yeah, he's probably gonna join up. He's gonna link them going forward. But like I said, what role is Andrade gonna play in all this?
Wouldn't it be funny that fucking everybody breaks up and then fucking Malachi and Buddy come over and they continue Judgment Day? I'm like, I just thought about that. I was like, really? That could probably happen.
Just a new like House of Black.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Give it that the mystique that they wanted from before. Yeah. So maybe.
I look at this match and I just see Dragon Lee turning on Rey.
Really?
Yeah. I can see Dragon Lee also joining Legado.
That would be interesting.
He would have kicked him in the face like, what took you so damn long?
The only thing that I would say about that is because Rey is going to be out the door soon. I think they're really going to start building up. They're going to need that baby face kind of guy. I think because down the line they're going to look for that lucha mask where it's going to be hair versus mask versus Dominic versus Rey, or hair versus retirement.
Yeah, that may be a SummerSlam.
Yeah, so maybe that. This match, I see Legado de Fantasma getting over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dirty Dom and Santos.
Okay.
6-woman tag. Damage Control. Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. They are not defending the women's tag belts because those belts are cursed.
Isn't that interesting?
They're cursed as fuck. But the opposition, the female nation of domination. Naomi, Bianca Belair, and making her in-ring debut at WrestleMania, Jade Cargill. I mean, that Team Cargill wins.
I would see. I think
I don't see any other outcome.
I think I said it another way. One way along the line, Bianca's turning. I think that's going to happen. I think it's her time coming. I think there's going to be a lot of jealousy happening there. I think Naomi, you know what I said? As a matter of fact, I said Damage Control wins. Naomi takes the pin and Bianca blames Jade for it. And it becomes a turn there.
Huh. I like your idea. Your ideas always happen. Fuck you. Somehow they always happen. But I'm going with my gut. I think it's Jade's debut. They're not gonna have her lose on her first night.
Right.
They're gonna make her look strong and as hell. I do see them teasing her and Bianca doing something for the summer, but I do see a heel turn for Bianca. I do a double turn with her and Rhea.
They
because they do need a change of scenery for Bianca. She's been a babyface for way too long. Enough of this smiley woman who's smacking her ass in her entrance. Like,
I think that
I think a change is needed.
I think with they were mentioning that, well, she's undefeated at Mania. I said, yeah, she'll be undefeated as a singles.
Yeah.
So she could lose in a tag match. It's fine.
I mean, not for nothing, for the last 3 Mania she's had championship matches.
Yeah. So she could lose at Mania.
Yeah. All right. Jay.
Yes.
Versus Jimmy.
I thought it was me.
For the first time, twin versus twin.
They've been billing this they've been wanting to have this for such a long time.
They said this last year when they're promoting their tag main event. They're like, oh, one day we want to face each other at Mania. Well, guess what? Year later, I will say, let's be real here. The turn at SummerSlam until now, Jimmy has looked like shit.
Okay.
He's not been booked strongly as Jay has. Can we be real here on that?
Yes.
On that front?
Sure.
Because you have Jay go to Raw, which is probably the best. It was the best move to get them separated.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing last year, too, with Ray and Dominic. You have to separate them until you get to your Mania match. But Jimmy has been a fool. He loses every week. He looks like an idiot. But just for all this, just to get the one match, I see Jay winning this easily, and then I see Jimmy kind of come to his senses. Maybe Solo comes out there, tries to beat him up or knocks some sense into him. Like, what are you doing? And then we get an Uso reunion.
Okay, so I have a confirmation that there's a certain individual that's on their way to Philly, or it's in Philly now. I have confirmation that Rikishi is in Philly. Rikishi is in Philly.
Of course.
I have a feeling that Rikishi gets involved in this match.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Jimmy gets the comeuppance. Like you say, he's been getting losses these past couple of weeks.
Months.
Jimmy actually starts getting the comeuppance. And I believe that maybe Solo gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is that Jimmy wins because Rikishi throws in a towel for Jay.
Throws in the towel
for Jay.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
That Jimmy and Solo start beating Jay down so bad that they throw in a towel he throws in the towel and tries to protect him.
Well, the only problem I see with that, this is a singles match. This is a regular match.
Right. But so, like you said, Solo will come out, interfere and stuff like that.
I only see.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that I say.
I do feel Rikishi will be there to add more drama.
Yeah, I think
maybe them two are like pushing each other. Rikishi gets in the middle of the ring. Like
I can see.
Like, damn it, you guys are brothers. Your blood.
I can see Jimmy like grabbing Jay, bringing him to Rikishi, who's in front row, going, "You always loved him more than me, Oos. You always loved him more than me. Why you in a?"
He went to his wedding than over mine.
Exactly, like shit like that.
Bring old shit like that.
Yeah, I can see that. Oops. Yeah.
For all you Total Divas fans, Rikishi didn't go to Jimmy's wedding.
Oh, yeah. So I can see that. I see Jimmy winning.
So far, you're going with the heels.
So far,
asshole. Okay, so we have a 6-pack ladder match. Now we'll go into the rules or how they described this on Raw.
Yeah, because they pretty much flipped it on us in last minute.
They changed it.
Yeah.
So we have the Judgment Day of Damian Priest and Finn Balor defend against DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Mm.
Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth. The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And the new Catch Republic of Boo, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Right.
Now on Raw, Michael Cole made sure to clarify the way to win this match is both sets of tag titles need to be retrieved. It does not end until both sets are taken down. So, for example, there could be one team that grabbed the Raw tag titles, but the match doesn't end until the SmackDown tag titles get grabbed as well.
Right.
So they're obviously not unifying these belts anymore.
I thought they did. Yeah.
We're gonna separate them again.
I know you're a fan of unifying the titles, right?
Yeah, because if you're gonna have one set for the women's, it makes more. It's fine for one set for the tag.
Yeah, I started.
But look at the past couple of weeks, the amount of teams they do have on both shows. I could see them separate them again.
I was more into. I was leaning towards your thought process about it recently, because I've always said if you're going to unify them, they have to defend the titles on both shows. So I'm okay with that. At the same time, they have put a lot more emphasis on the tag teams recently. So even with having this match,
even with the tournament on SmackDown, you saw 8 solid teams that you could make a division out of, and Raw the same as well, 9 to 10 teams at least.
Right. So
the only thing they're gonna change is that they're gonna change, like, the Raw tag titles will be the World Tag Team titles.
God, I just hope they change the fucking design. Just
no more nickels.
Yeah.
Don't even go back to pennies.
Yeah, just get it out of the way.
They're gonna go upgrade the quarters.
$50. They're gonna be $50.
Rubies.
Yeah. So for this one,
technically we have to pick 2.
Now, yeah, exactly. So I was all right. So there was discussions of possibly removing A-Town Down Under, because they thought that maybe they were able to probably snatch up an outside tag team.
The options would be Motor City Machine Guns,
the
fucking Dudleys.
Okay.
You know what? It's Philly. I would see them try and incorporate the Dudleys, and Bully Ray is technically done with TNA. He's not with them anymore.
Right.
And then the other one are the Hardys.
Okay, so
it's a ladder match.
Matt is out of Matt is done with his contract. Right. Jeff, I don't think is, because he owes time.
Correct.
So he can't be there.
But if I'm Tony Khan, I'm just saying, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want you on my roster anymore.
Now, Bully and Devon for them would be a great tie-in for WWE 2K24, because their DLC is coming out soon.
Right.
So that they like to do that. They like to do promotion like that as well.
Right.
And
just that physically, is Devon going to be the same?
Right.
That's the big question mark for me.
And he never liked climbing ladders anyway. He used to be scared of that shit.
And they made him the one to hold onto the belts with no
ladder. Exactly. And Motor City Machine Guns, apparently they're heading to AEW.
Right.
So,
and here's the thing with me: if they were to go to WWE, would they get that reaction of, "Oh shit, it's them"?
Now, for me, I said, you know what? Why remove a team? Just add the 17th. It's not going to change. It's not going to change the.
Yeah, you do the whole thing of like qualifying matches. Why? Unless for storyline reasons, why get rid of a team?
Yeah, just add a team. It's fine. So
also, the only second heel team in this match you would get fucking rid of.
Right. I'm gonna say to split them. I'm gonna go A-Town Down Under for them there.
Yeah.
And for
I go for DIY.
Yeah.
DIY and fearing Waller walkout tag.
No. I changed that. I'm going A-Town Down Under, and I'm going Amazing Truth for their last
Awesome Truth.
Awesome Truth. Yeah. I'll take that.
You know what? I'll change my. I'll say Awesome Truth and DIY. I do think
you're gonna keep them both on the. Oh, one of them has to move.
One of them's going to a different show.
Yeah, one of them has
just
to
for
move
the fans to get that moment with our Truth.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll go with that.
Okay, next up,
just a pop alert for our Truth winning the tag titles.
People in the world, what's up? What the game? Yeah, I love that song. What's up, motherfucker? What's up?
What? Okay.
Motherfucker, what's
for
up?
the Intercontinental Championship, it's Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I said this on Monday in the chat. If Gunther loses, his reign ends at 666.
I love the vignette that they did, the video, the package they did with Sammy.
With Chad.
Great video, man. I'm not. They stepped up their game, man. It's actually really good. Just quickly, I want Sammy to win, and I want him to win by roll up. I want it to be like a classic WrestleMania 3 Steamboat versus Macho match. And if Sammy wins, he wins by roll up, and the pop will be fucking crazy. Him winning like that. It doesn't have. You don't have to win a match by such like big finishers, whatever. Something like that.
You don't need to do like 3 hula kicks and then a blue.
Right. Exactly. If you could get him on a quick roll up,
you catch Gunther slipping.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Because I think the angle on Raw where Gunther just beat the absolute shit out of him. I'm like, well, you're losing.
Yeah,
You're dropping the belt.
Yeah.
It's time.
makes more sense. We could get Gunther finally to the main event status push, and we could see
because he's destined to be the world champion.
and we could see Chad Gable get that mid card run that we want to see him get.
I can see Chad turning heel this summer. and going
Even better. He works so much better as a heel. So.
Where Chad could be like, okay, you won the belt. Give me my chance.
I would love to see him I tell you, I want him to do that and
turn him heel with the Creeds. Do the whole new team angle.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Alpha Academy, let if Otis and Tozawa want to keep that,
they are.
They'll have fun with that. They can always bounce
let
from
Chad,
NXT.
Julius, and Brutus be the new.
Exactly.
Bring Ivy Nile in there too.
Yep.
Let them all be serious athletes.
I like that very much.
For the women's world title, this is the co-main event for night one.
Mm-hmm.
The Mommy versus the Man. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Technically, first time ever on pay-per-view.
Right.
In a singles.
Yeah, I
love how I called this too. When the draft happened, and Henry was like, "Oh, that's not fucking happening. It's happening." Love you, Henry, but goddamn it.
And why not?
Yeah. But I will say, Rhea should retain. I don't think
I do too. I believe it.
I don't think Becky should win.
I do. I believe it.
I think this is more to add on Rhea's status to help her go full on as your type A face.
Yeah, I believe the same thing too.
Because you can have Becky give her the nod, say, this is your time, this is your era.
And plus, Becky got to go away for a little bit because she has to do some contract negotiations. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, she ain't leaving.
Yeah.
Neither is Seth.
No.
Speaking of, we have our main event for night one. We have Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. I also should, I guess I need to, there's steps. Because if The Rock and Roman win on night two, Cody and Roman's match is Bloodline rules. Anything they want. If Cody and Seth win, Bloodline is banned from the arena, I think, the night two.
Yeah. So come on, Bloodline got to win this match. It's got to be because we need the drama for night two.
Because if Bloodline wins this, it telegraphs what night two.
Yeah, it's
just gonna be.
We need that drama for night two. Gotta have it. Have to, please.
Does Drew get involved? Is Drew the one that cost Seth the match to
more
so for them?
What? All right. So, you know what? Yeah, because there was a conversation that we saw backstage between Heyman and Drew. When they were
doing a DIY awesome.
Right, and we saw the conversation
in the background.
And
motivation would be Paul Heyman's going in Drew's head saying, "This motherfucker is ignoring you. He's not taking you seriously."
So, which means for me, it's like this will cause an injury angle to Seth to go into the main event. Well, to go into their match at Sunday.
Yeah,
which will cause Seth to turn heel.
Yeah,
and target Cody later on down the line. Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we agree Bloodline wins night one.
Right.
So let's get into night two.
Okay.
We have for the men's world title, Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre. I think we both agree and Drew beats Seth.
Yeah. Is there a cash in?
Ooh. I've been debating this all week. No.
Okay.
No. I think I'll hold on to that. I don't know because I was gonna say SummerSlam, but by that time the clock's over and the briefcase would be taken away from Priest.
Yeah, no, it's not. It can't be SummerSlam. He has until June.
Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ.
He has until June.
Maybe he cashes in that night in terms of triple threat. I don't know.
I say he doesn't cash in that night.
Either Damian or Drew walks out with the world title.
I say he cashes in on
the Raw after.
On Raw. Punk is saying the arm is working.
By the way,
he might be cleared.
Punk will be on commentary for this match.
Right.
So we're gonna hear some gems from him.
So that's what I say. He could.
Seth,
it could happen at night.
Seth moving around like a jungle boy.
But I think they're gonna need something more of a something for Raw.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna see Punk rip off that brace. Remember, he said
how many months was this supposed to be out for?
He was supposed to be out for 6 to 8. But once again, he said on the show that that tear wasn't as bad as the one in AEW. And like I told you, Dr.
with
Andrews,
proper rehab and all that.
Dr. Andrews, that guy's he makes. Remember what happened with Cena when Cena tore up his shit?
He came back 2 months.
And he's a fucking genetic freak.
He's
So
Superman.
yeah, so I believe that I believe that Punk is yeah, I think he'll rip off that brace and something can happen. Somebody's getting GTS that night. Well, if not that night, on Raw.
6-man tag Philadelphia street fight. The Pride versus the Final Testament.
1 second, hold on. My guy, the Mook, he's in the United States. Our guy, Ben the Brit is here. Yes, sir. He's he writes it. He says, just setting off to the Dead Man show. He's gonna go see the Undertaker's one-man show tonight. Good luck, man.
We'll bring him up again on the stream.
Yeah, enjoy the States, my brother. We'll be running into each other real soon, man. Listen, enjoy what the fruits of England's labor has brought to us from fucking 300 years ago when we beat you guys in the Revolutionary War.
What's wrong with you?
Enjoy it, brother, man. You and the lady have a good time, man. This is gonna be, you guys gonna have a great time.
So when I did my Mania predictions, I predicted this was gonna be 8-person. Is it weird that the females are not in this? Like B-Fab and Scarlett are not in this, or you probably that's probably for the best.
B-Fab is no, it's probably for the best. They'll get involved and then they'll fight each other and then go to the back. Which, by the way, you didn't even mention who's going to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I just thought about that.
Oh, that thing on Smack.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go Braun Breaker.
It's either gonna be
It's gonna be a surprise. Like anybody that
do we see a returning Braun Strowman?
Probably.
I said, who was it that I said? I said it's either going to be Ricochet because he's been getting a push lately, and there was someone.
What was it? Solo Sikoa might be another option too.
Maybe.
Well, no, he has a fucking match. He's wrestling.
Is he wrestling?
He's facing Jay in the main.
Not Solo.
Solo versus Jey Uso on SmackDown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're not gonna double book Solo.
There was another one that the guys mentioned, and I totally forgot about it.
Is he from NXT?
No. Braun could be one. Braun definitely could be one. I forgot about him. As well.
Bronson Reed.
Bronson's a good one too.
Andrade's in it.
Oh, there was one.
It's so up in the air.
Yeah, but there was one that they said in particular that I was
when
like,
you mentioned Braun Strowman, because I was like, oh yeah, he could come back.
Yeah, there was one in particular that I was like, holy shit, I forgot about that. But you know what? I'll just go with Ricochet. I know I predicted somebody else on the last one, but I'll take Ricochet for this one.
Now we're probably gonna do a review later on, but we're down the line. But they're teasing Uncle Howdy coming back. Does he show up in this or no?
No. I think it's too soon. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he comes. Maybe we part of the New Judgment Day.
All right. Well, who needs this more? Cross's crew or Lashley's crew?
Cross's crew. They need it.
Yeah,
they need it. Yeah,
I'll go Cross as well. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles has said on Up Down and on the streams he's getting a new theme song.
Yes, he mentioned it, which is good, which is fine.
Something like Demigods, you think?
Yeah, because this one doesn't fit him.
It's been 8 years.
It's gonna be one of those matches that I said that is gonna be underrated, and I think it's gonna actually be really.
This is gonna be good for LA Knight.
Yeah,
in his career.
Knight goes over. AJ's at that time of day that he's like, you know what?
You don't put over the guy with the new song.
No, hell no. Yeah, fuck that. Nah.
I say AJ only because depending on the main event, Cody's gonna need somebody to work with, and I would like to see Cody and AJ.
AJ could always get the bump up one way or another. So
I'm gonna go with AJ.
I'm gonna go Knight here. You want to paint your face like
like who? Like who?
You want to paint your face like Bray during the Mountain Dew if you lose?
when he dressed up as Sister Abigail?
You put the cheese on the cheese sheet. What is that when you cook with that cheese net that they put on when you cook? You
The
put
fish net?
the fish net kind of thing, the cheese net thing.
Triple threat for the U.S. title: Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. I'm happy Kevin got in this because I originally think it was just going to be they're going to do a singles Randy and Logan, but you know what? Good for Kevin to be in there.
This is gonna.
I don't think he's going to win.
This is gonna be a great match as well, though. Gonna be a fantastic match.
Does Logan hold on to this?
Oh, Logan wins. He's got to. He's got to. He's been doing such a good job right now, and for a lot of people who hated him,
they turned the corner on him.
I don't think they did, but at least they appreciate what the fuck he's been doing.
It's always funny too because those people say, "I hate Logan Paul." Damn, he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
He's putting the work in.
I tell you, when we watched Rumble, the people were sitting there like, Logan Paul's a wrestler now? And they were watching it like, wow, he's actually good.
That spot he did with Ricochet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, the double close on. Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
The match last year with Seth Rollins was perfect.
But one way along the line, are we gonna see like fucking?
We're gonna see some type of RKO.
There gotta be an RKO spot. There's gotta be one.
I will say it better not be that stupid stunner thing into the RKO thing they did a couple weeks ago. That looked like shit.
No, I think it's
because it was like stunner. They then had to move a little bit and then walk into an RKO. No,
I think it's gonna be the clothesline kind of thing.
The
buckshot, and he catches him, and then Kevin pulls out Randy before.
Have you noticed that Logan's been doing that better than Hangman Page?
I know. Cheesecloth. Thank you, Nicholas. Cheesecloth. Thank you, sir. I thought you was at work.
yeah, stop it for that.
I thought you was at
work. Okay. Io Sky.
Yeah, who just yelled me? I know.
Io Sky versus Bailey.
Who just yelled us? Tell you guys, at least put your name at the end. If you don't want to click the link, just put your name in the back so we know who the fuck you are. Facebook is weird with this shit, man.
You motherfucker.
Who's that?
I just saw a thing. CM Punk, Nia Jackson, Braun Strowman were all spotted taking in GCW Bloodsport.
Really?
Cross and Scarlett were also in attendance. You motherfucker! Stop predicting things correctly. That means Braun Strowman's gonna win the stupid 100.
I don't know. Oh, that's AJ. Yo, what's good, AJ? Brother AJ's in the building.
AJ, he said Saturday gonna be fun.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be shit. My brother AJ. Hey, Matt, he's not your brother anymore. He's my brother now.
He's our brother.
He's our brother now. we went to Florida. We took him over.
Matt would be like, okay.
Piece of shit. So
Io Sky and Bailey. Bailey won the Women's Royal Rumble this year, but as far as like importance on TV, they have not pretty much given a damn about this since the angle they did the SmackDown after the Rumble.
Nicholas like, I rushed through quick just to come back and watch.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Bailey's got to win, right?
Yeah,
it's gotta. We need a feel good moment for this night. We need because if we're gonna get fucking disappointed later on during the night, we need at least one.
No. Oh. Fuck you.
For all you Cody crybabies, you can line up to the left. All you Cody crybabies, you can line up to the left. All the those who are acknowledging Roman and the tribal chief, line up to the right, please. Thank you. We'll have napkins and tissue paper for all those who are sad that Cody didn't win, and we'll be giving out shots of Hennessy for all, for all those who are going for the tribal chief. Thank you.
I bend my knee for all you people acknowledging Roman.
Oh, by the way, I gotta bring this.
You bringing that Saturday?
Yeah, I gotta bring this on Saturday. I gotta. Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I definitely gotta bring this on Saturday.
You probably just broke it.
Nah, it's all right. I bought it at $5 below, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, Bailey wins.
All
right. Let's finally get to the fucking creme de la crap. The cream de la crap. Roman Reigns.
I feel like they barely cared about Bailey's storyline. I think they did that purposely, though.
Also, too, is when you're doing rock segments that last 45 fucking minutes and there's no time for anything else on the show, there's a problem.
Right. Nicholas says
that's where they should put the rock segments on the 3-hour show and have the SmackDown show focus on your B storylines.
Nicholas says, gonna need baby wipes for all the butthurt Cody lose when Cody loses.
I don't need that. Cody is winning.
Make sure it's the one with lotion on it, because that actually is good for the bum. That's what I heard. It's good for the bum.
WWE undisputed. Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defends against Cody Rhodes.
So we've already predicted that our prediction
If
is
the
that
bloodline wins
it's
the
gonna
tag,
bloodline.
Cody wins this.
It is a bloodline rules. So I'll bring the pack.
So can we just let's clarify? So they win. It's bloodline rules. Anyone can interfere.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. I hear the trumpets set now for Wapadoo. I hear the glass breaking. I hear the gong going off. I can see all that fucking nonsense. All of them just trying to fight off the bloodline.
Yep.
Cody has friends.
It's gonna be
Wrestling has more than one royal family. It's gonna be so
fucking epic. And
it's gonna make Vince Russo jealous.
Who's the Wampadu? Who's the
John Cena? The trumpets. I said the trumpets and then Wapadoo.
Wap. That's not what they say. Wapadoo. No, it's Amadou. That's what they say.
I'm a dude.
Amadou from Amadou Amadou Diallo. It's from a MOP song. Annie Up.
I don't give a shit now.
You're so white.
to me, did somebody say that?
Huh?
Did somebody say that?
No, I'm saying that. Like, you're so white.
It's funny now to me. Now I hear Amadou.
I know it's Amadou, like Amadou Diallo. Yeah, I
hear nonsense. I hear all that.
Yo, definitely. It's gonna be
The Rock's gonna be trying to beat the shit out of Cody.
It is going to be a cluster fuck of greatness. I can't wait for that's gonna be fucking amazing. Yeah. What is it?
People would be pissed off at home. Don't give a fuck.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys seen that Madden Ultimate Team added Roman Reigns? Really? For what? Why would they do that? I know that has to be AJ who said that because only AJ would know.
That's what he said. You guys seen the Madden
AJ.
Ultimate Team added?
Only AJ would know some shit like that. For what? Like,
so overall going to be 99,
right? Oh God, please. Let me see what he puts up there. He's a 98. Oh God, this is fucking ridiculous.
Right end.
RE right end. Wow.
I'm glad you and me see eye to eye on this. That they're good. That whoever the hell it is,
Nick is like they made him OPPPPPPP.
Oh shit!
It's crazy because like I said, if Cody loses,
it's over.
I won't be mad. Now, will it be over though? Do you think so?
Because guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna win the Rumble again next year, and then we're gonna do this.
Well, Roman's already like saying he's saying bullshit. But he's like,
if I lose, I'm done.
I'm done. Like,
fucker, you've been done for the last year. You've barely been on TV. You did 5 defenses all of last year.
I'm just but even still, like I said, if it makes sense,
if people care about this record thing, it's not real.
It's not a real record. He's gonna be Hogan's record. He'll still be third.
Yes, he's still be third.
First of all,
there's a white dude everybody's forgetting about. His name is Bob Backlund.
First of all, it's not the same belt.
Thank you.
Yes, it's not the same title. Secondly, he'll only be third.
Correct. Behind Bruno and Hogan.
Right. So
yeah,
who gives a shit?
I know Hulk Hogan's an asshole, but guess what? Let's not book around records.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Exactly. That's probably one of the best statements you've said in the longest.
Oh,
let's not look in the camera. Go, oh wow.
He gave me a compliment.
Look at him blushing. No, let's not book around records. It doesn't make sense. It's not that day and age anymore.
Just because Hulk Hogan is a racist hot dog, doesn't mean that we need to break his record.
Shout out to Josie's boy. He'll be here. He'll be coming into town soon.
Oh, his father's a racist too. His father's Ric Flair.
Woo!
Fuck him.
Shit, he loves black women. Woo!
I don't give a shit.
No, but honestly, it doesn't make sense. Let's just.
The Usos are going to be involved. Solo's going to be involved. The Rock is going to be involved. But shit!
Look at you,
oopie. Oopsie. Tama Tonga. He's.
I think that comes later.
He's probably on SmackDown
Yeah, I think that comes later.
with the new bloodline.
Yeah, I think that comes later. And I said there's always a much better story if we could get more of a Civil War thing going on and such like that.
Roman's family against Rock's family.
Right, something of that magnitude.
Where
like
Rock
that.
has fought Jacob Fatu and Tamatonga.
And maybe it builds to what I've been
Because Rock
saying.
considers Haku blood, so Tamatonga would be on his side more than Roman's.
Yeah, I always tell people, like even Nia Jax recently on an interview that she talks about how the Samoan bloodline is. It's like Rock is my cousin by second, third, or whatever the case may be. But
Not
they're
really
so
cousins.
tight knit. Yeah, they're so tight. They're tight knit anyway. So it makes for a good and fun story if you do that. Have their own Civil War. Which will build up maybe one more to where we see, who's the true tribal chief.
Okay.
Rock versus Roman down the line. Maybe you can see it as a Survivor Series match. Maybe something like that. So, other than that, damn, shit, good episode, man. We loaded up, and we have 15. Like the highest we had in the building, we had 18 watching at one time. That's thanks for you guys, man, for showing love. You got to do this more often. It's my apologies. No, seriously, it's my apologies because with my schedule and how it goes, I would love to have it to where I have a set time, a set date to have live streaming episodes. But it's I work overnight. I have responsibilities and such. So when I'm able to bring you guys something, be it me, be it with Whole Milk, be it interviews and such like that, I just have to do it on the fly. So make sure you subscribe, like, download, be a part of the vibe of Turnbuckle Tabloid, and click on notifications. Make sure you have the notifications on, because if you guys enjoy what we're doing here on Turnbuckle Tabloid, you guys get to the opportunity to chime in, check in with us, and do what we do here with us, man. It's not a solo thing. It's M2 Inc is hitting me up right now, like, Jesus Christ, bro, like, what's happening? But other than that, man, thanks again for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania this weekend. It's gonna be a blast, and we'll check in with you guys afterwards. I'll probably do some live streaming at the event and probably do some post-show or pre-show stuff as well. So, Whole Milk, thanks again for checking in, man. All right, babe. Check you guys in a second, y'all. Wait. Hold on. I have an out. I have an out. Before I go, I gotta play my outro for it. Here we go.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.